Hi. It's been a quick minute. Hello, how we doing? I thought for the nature of this stream, obviously all the start screen is all to get like stupid stuff on it, but thought it wasn't exactly the most appropriate what we're doing. So I'm currently on the screen share thing, but I haven't got anything to screen share. I guess I could just do like what's it called, me desktop, if it wants us to. Yeah, I may as well just have a look at this. Fun. I have nothing on here that I don't exactly not want you to see. It's literally just like games and shit that I was gonna play at some point, but never really got around to it. But whatever. Hi. I don't really know how to get into a topic like this, cause it's been a while, right? I checked the you might have heard the Discord thing, the startup sound playing, like halfway through the startup screen. My last stream was ages ago. If I can just, oh hello, I forgot how yeah, I haven't used this in a while, so I forgot how that works. Yeah, apparently my last stream was in I think my last consistent streams were in the end of March, and then the end of April, and then I've just been gone. I have an explanation for that, right? Some of you know I'm in year 11, right? I've just done my GCSEs, so that's fair enough, you know, I've been quite busy. So obviously I made it quite clear that I was taking a break for a while. And then of the stream at the end of April was just talking about how I do my streaming and I want to come back after exams. Exams are over now, they ended last week. Where, yeah, like middle, end of last week sort of thing. But I want to make this stream just to, you've definitely read the title, right? Why I'm not going back. You know, that's quite a slightly intimidating title for what it's worth, really. But I want to stream again, right? I miss streaming, I love it. But I move house this week, to put it lightly, and where I'm going, I won't have access to Wi-Fi, so I might bring I'm still thinking about whether or not to bring my PC with us. You know what I'm on right now, we get big keyboard, big monitor sort of thing, microphone. But I have nothing for it to really connect to, other than like phone hotspots, so realistically if I brought it with us, the only thing I'd really use it for was work. And even then, like, do I want to bring like such an expensive piece of equipment with us to like the kind of area that I'm moving into, and I don't know how long I'll really be there for. So I know I'm definitely bringing like my little work laptop, and the idea, oh god, it's gone quiet, don't like that. But the idea is, I'm that's fine. The idea is, if there's one motivation to actually start doing YouTube videos, it's now, because I really fucking miss the proper like me to you like not coordinate, like communication in the chat sort of thing. I miss making stuff and I miss being proud of stuff. Like I shafted, I would like weeks into making my like months even, like making my Discord, and I'm still adding to it. And I've spent I paid money for like emotes and stuff like that probably won't really be used. And you know, you might have seen a bit in on the title, like you might not see me on Twitch at least, because I want to make YouTube videos, and I want to actually make them this time, instead of just saying that I'll make them and not ever actually do them, because I'm fucking lazy. But they probably won't really be videos per se, it'll literally... I fancy just making really shitty little, like, camcorder, like, found footage shit, just like me, like, kicking about my new area. And just talking and doing random things. You can't even consider them vlogs, it'll just be like random, like, ramblings of, like, someone descending into madness, to be perfectly honest with you. But I really do miss making things, and I want to make things. And I know, in theory, if I brought my PC with us, I could edit on this PC, move it to my laptop, and then upload it from, like, some random shop, like a Tesco's, like, Wi-Fi or something like that. Which, I don't really mind, as long as it's getting out there. But I will be streaming this week, just for my last few weeks while I'm last week while I'm here, because it'll be last week I do get to stream. Because where I'm going, like I said, it doesn't have Wi-Fi. At least, I don't believe it does. Or probably won't, to be fair. But I didn't really check when I visited. And I don't think it has Wi-Fi. So, I'll, you know, I've got some online mates, shout out if you're watching that. What if you're watching right now, but I've got some online mates that I like playing, you know, online games with that I won't be able to. Which is fine, I still talk to them anyway, which, you know, I'm not missing out on a whole lot. I'm there for the mates, not the game, you know what I mean? But, it's gonna be rough for a while. And you haven't seen me for a while, so I doubt a whole lot of yous care that much. It's just for whoever here who is interested in caring a bit, I guess. But I don't really have a whole lot else to say, to be honest with you. I just wanted to kind of explain why I've been gone for so long, and the fact that I won't be around much longer, really, on the internet. Because I have no means of streaming, really. But, the plan is, I'm moving into this new place, and then after the place that I get after that, most likely will have some form of internet connection, albeit probably quite shitty, but doable. You know, I'm good at computing, I can make it work, but you definitely won't see. I don't know how long I'll be in my next place for. I've been told minimum of so many months, maximum of like a handful of years. You know, but to assume that I was relevant in the first place is a bit of a stretch, but by that point, definitely would have forgotten about us. But I guess I'm just here to say, expect, if you're really that interested in what I'm doing and me kicking about, you'll see us on YouTube eventually, because I need to keep myself busy somehow when I'm moving, because I'll have literally now to do there, and I'm going to be quite a bit away from my friends. Not a huge amount, but long enough that it's a bit, I guess, inconvenient. So it's going to get a little bit lonely, admittedly, but I'm trying to find better hobbies to keep myself busy. This would be one of them. Only thing that I require is like an internet connection, so that's why I'm gravitating more towards YouTube than streaming. And I think that's why I wanted to do YouTube in the first place, to be perfectly honest with you, because as long as you've got some way of doing an internet connection, you don't have to have it like the full time you're editing or like recording even. You don't need internet connection when you're recording, as long as you've got something to record with. I've got a shitty iPhone 6s that can take videos at about 15 FPS, but it damn works, I guess. But that's really all I wanted to say, to be honest. I want to do a few things this week just to have content out there before you don't see me for a while. And I know right before my little disappearance, I was going to start a series playing The Joy of Creation. And if I could go back, I probably would have kept up with that a lot more. And I do regret not putting as much effort into streaming as I should have, because now that I don't actually have the chance to do it for a long time, I regret not having as much stuff to like look back on and say I did that, because I miss it. I'm gonna miss it a lot. But yeah, I wanted to continue that fucking Joy Creation series, but I mean, unless I was to make it as videos, but then even then, you know, I've been trying to look into affordable like recording softwares, sort of audio and screen recording softwares. Can't find any for free, weirdly enough. I don't know, I could have sworn there were more for free than there actually are, but there just aren't. And I'm definitely going to invest in an editing software and just bang that out like mad, because obviously I've just finished exams, I've finished my GCSEs, mint, but I've got a really extended summer that I've got nothing to do with, so I don't really have any excuses now. But, you know, it's going to be a little bit tight around the belt for a little while. You know, finance is still being sorted out. No, you know how it is. I don't really know how to explain it to someone outside the UK, but yeah. I think it's one of those things where it's common knowledge if you're in UK, but if you're outside, I'm probably talking Spanish to you. But yeah, to put it in simple terms, I'm going to have to budget a little bit for a while, so maybe I can't invest in editing software, but I'll damn well try and get some videos planned, so then when I do have that software, I can just bang out loads. And then that's the idea with making those shitty little vlogs of me kicking about some random area. Like, I've actually a little while ago I did invest in something to cover my face with, like a big like mask and goggles sort of thing. So although I might look a little bit dodgy kicking about, as long as I'm in an area where there's not really anyone else, then in theory I can record myself without you being able to see us. So that's all right, because I'm not entirely too confident that I want my face out there. Being a kid, you know, it's dangerous, stuff like that. But yeah, do I really have a whole lot else to say? I'm trying to get as much in as I can right now, because I know that I'm going to say, oh yeah, I'll stream for the rest of the week, but realistically, I'm probably going to forget, I'm probably going to get too busy with moving, and then suddenly I'm gone, you know? Because I said that last time, I said it when I started that Joy of Creation series. Oh yeah, I'm going to do a series this week where each day I'm going to do a different level of it, and then the game, and then, like, the main game, and then I think I got 1 or 2 levels in, and I just packed it in, and with the excuse of exams, but realistically, I just got lazy. But I have worked hard for my exam, during my exams, and I'm a little bit nervous to get my results, but I'm confident that I've done quite well. And then I'm starting 6th form, and we all know how that goes, you know, like, a lot of people get very busy when they start 6th form. Some people that I've asked have genuinely said that 6th form has been harder than uni for them, purely because there's so much content and you've only got 2 years to revise it, whereas uni, you kind of just learn as you go along. And obviously you're there for a lot more years, but obviously it's going to be harder, right? But yeah, a lot of people get busy during 6th form, and then obviously I've got other clubs, I'll call them clubs, I guess, for sake of anonymity, that I do, which takes up quite a lot of my time, which I'm still trying to sort out at the moment, because the place that I usually go for it will have to be a little bit of a trek, and I'll only get home at like 11:30, but I don't want to pack that in for anything. If I had to choose between literally anything else in the world than that, I really don't want to pack it in, because it's the only thing that does keep it sane, realistically. But it's gonna be weird not being able to stream, even though I haven't really done it for a while. I like being able to have that option, but I can promise you now, I'll do anything within my power to be able to do something to keep us busy during the summer. You know, YouTube-wise, Twitch-wise if possible, but most likely not. But I wanna do something, because I miss this, and I like this. And it gives us my own place to just rant and talk and waffle. You know that I like waffling. Just gives us a place to waffle for like a couple hours or so. I've got a nice coffee in my hand, caramel, but it's gonna be weird, and it's gonna be scary, and it's gonna be a lot of work. And speaking of work, I've applied at quite a few places. None of them want us. I don't think I've ever actually told the story, but I applied for a Costa nearby, and I had no idea that I had to do a 14-question roleplay quiz. It was like, I got 14 questions, and then it was like, here are 4 things that you can do in this like scenario, because each question was like a big scenario, and it was each 4 responses were like different things that you could do for like different aspects of the scenario, because they were quite big ones, and you had to decide which ones would be the most effective and which ones would be the least effective, and I failed it. So apparently I'm not cut out to be a barista. Barista. Applied for Starbucks, they never got back to us, so I'm just taking that as a no. Applied to Weatherspoons, you know, like spoons. They only got back to me today being like, don't really meet our criteria, and it's like, I'm fucking waiting staff, bro, like what kind of criteria do you want? And I've applied to a pub near where I'm moving into, so I can just walk to work, and they haven't gone back to us yet, but to be fair, I only applied to them the other day, so I have no idea when they will get back to us, if they ever do. But I'm trying to apply for work, and none of them are wanting us, so it's been quite difficult. And I haven't gotten finances sorted out yet, so that's going to be fun. I'm hoping it gets sorted out soon, sooner than later. But yeah, like I said, I'm trying to get out as much as I can remember off the top of my head right now, because I know that I'm going to tell you that I'm going to stream later, but I most likely won't. Which is ironic, because this is probably one of the best times for me to stream, because my summer is like from now until like early to mid-September, depending on when I go to when 6th form starts. But my summer literally has like an extra month added to it, so surely I should have all the time in the world to stream, but then I'm moving to an area which I won't have Wi-Fi in, so unless if I was to stream a fucking like phone hotspot, I have no idea how good that'd actually be, or like what kind of gigabytes, how many gigabytes it would use per like a minute. But I think I might bring my PC with us actually now that I talk about it out loud, because I've just been tossing back and forth between my head on whether or not I want to bring it. And I think the way I'd have to bring it is by like putting it in like a shoebox, sellotaping it up, putting some like packaging around it so it doesn't get broken, and just like as carefully as I can get them to like ship it up to my new place, rather than just carrying it, because I'm having a couple of mates help us carry me stuff, and I think an entire PC would be a bit much. Except from one of my mates who goes to the gym quite often, bless him. He's a fucking hench. But I do want to bring my life with us. I don't want to leave too much, because I don't want to bring too much, or because I won't be able to carry it, but I don't want to leave too much behind, or else I'll just have nothing. And I want to have things, because I'm gonna get very bored. Yeah, another thing. Don't know this about me. I play the cornet. You know, it's like a trumpet but small sort of thing. And I've been playing that since I was in year 4, so about 7. I've been playing that since I was 7, and I'm put it out there, I'm like 16 now. And I've been playing that for a while, nearly 10 years I suppose. But the cornet I've had to hire from my county's like a music service sort of thing, so I can actually play it without having to buy it itself. But I've had to hand that in, or at least it's currently sitting in my school because I've got one lesson left, which is next week, and then after that I've had to hand it in. So I want to buy my own cornet, because I do want to continue that, because I do a lot of things music related outside of my lessons that I don't want to miss, like bands and stuff like that. You know, jazz bands. You know, if you do music, you'll know exactly what I mean. Like that sort of thing. And the drums isn't as bad, because a pair of sticks isn't expensive, and I've asked the sixth form if I can after I'm gonna say after school, but like after college on some days, if I can just like borrow the music practice rooms just for like half an hour, maybe like an hour or so on a night time, or like an evening, just so I can get some practice in, but not have a teacher, because I'm at that point in my music where I can get along relatively well without a teacher. Like I've been playing both drums and cornet long enough to know how rhythms work, know how key signatures are, time signatures, and just generally know what notation wise the things I need to know. And I was talking to my cornet teacher earlier about it, and she said like, yeah, because over lockdown a lot of people want to learn instruments, there's plenty of resources online that I could very easily teach myself with, and because I know how to play now, because I've been playing it long enough, then it shouldn't be too much of a challenge for me. But I'm gonna miss it if I can't, because cornets are just a big, you know, chunk of brass. They're quite expensive, but I think the cheapest one I've found is about 180. But I'm gonna, yeah, I'm once I get my benefits sorted, I'm gonna save for a few months and see if I can get one of those, because I want to continue it. But I'm trying to continue as many of the hobbies I still do at the moment, because I feel like I'll just go batshit insane if I don't, because I need to keep myself busy quite a lot, or else I've just got nothing. And I actually do want to play the cornet right now, but obviously it's sat in my school, so like, I'm a bit stuck, aren't I? But that's alright. I'm nervous. I think I've been saying for ages and ages and ages that I'm moving, but now that it's actually coming up to like the week that I actually move, I'm getting a bit cold feet, I'll admit. But it needs to be done. It needs to happen, because I think I'd go more insane not moving than if I did, even though I am missing out on a lot of like the small luxuries that I get here. But like, I think the movement is mandatory. It really does need to happen. But it's going to be a little bit nerve-wracking, but I've got people who are going to help us in the best ways they can, so at least that's good. And this might be a little bit personal, but I think I kind of realised over the last few weeks of school that I haven't actually made that many friends in my school, and because of where I'm moving, I'd be very far away from a lot of them, so of the couple of friends that I do have, I'm going to be quite a bit away from them, so it might get quite lonely up in Newcastle. Yeah, fuck it. You know I'm Geordie, I've got the accent. It's going to get a bit lonely up in Newcastle. So that'll be fun. But I don't know why I bothered trying to hide. I'd like trying to hide my age, but I sound like this. Like, come on, put 2 and 2 together. Like, I've got a funny accent. If you're from the UK, you could probably spot it from about a mile away. Or 30 miles away, depending on where you are. But, yeah. Moving up to the central, what's it called? The motherland for the Geordies, where none of my other friends live, so I'm going to be quite alone. And I haven't actually made that many mates in in secondary and school. You know, my year is relatively small, to be fair, so a lot of the friend groups were established, like, very early, year 7 to, like, year 8, and they just haven't really changed. Because a lot of people are used to, you know, their own familiarity. So, I've got people who I talk to, just not on the regular. Or at least not enough to, like, be able to keep myself sane while I'm, like, up and alone in Newcastle. But that'll be interesting. But yeah, just to reiterate, I want to upload YouTube videos, and it's going to be a little bit of, like, a descent into madness, to be honest, but I just want to upload videos like my travels. I've noticed that I'll definitely be doing a lot of travelling while I'm away. Like a lot of public transport, a lot of just going fuck all anywhere. You know, sometimes buses get cancelled, so you have to take other ones, and then suddenly you're in the middle of nowhere. So to be honest, I might actually record some of that, just because I think I'll be a little bit funny. But I wanna do more with myself, because I don't feel like I do. And it's just gonna drive us mental if I don't do anything. I'm pretty sure that's all I really wanted to mention. I might just sit here for a while in case something comes to mind. Because I don't want to stop streaming and something comes straight back to mind and it's like, okay, one more thing. Yeah, reiterate, I want to stream this week when I can, if I can. Because you won't see us for a while. So I may as well use my last week while I can. So I'm saying it as if I'm fucking dying. I'm not. I'm literally not. Oh my god. Damn, this is dramatic. Considering I have, like, little to no audience. I've got, like, my mates who support us every now and then, like, a couple of the people. I'm saying it as if I'm, like, leaving, like, millions of people behind. I'm really not. But nah. I want to do something. I want to do stuff. What that may be, I have no idea. Just fuck about. You know, I've actually always wanted to record cooking videos. Straight up. I've always wanted to do streams of me just cooking them up, just whatever comes to mind. I think it's because I'm doing my Duke of Edinburgh. You know, I don't know if you know about it anywhere else other than the UK, but it's basically like I'm doing my bronze at the moment because I got delayed over lockdown, because I signed up for it years ago, but I haven't been able to do my final expedition because of COVID. But you haven't heard that word in a while. But basically, for bronze, you have to do 3 months, like 3 months of either skill, like a skill, sport, or volunteering action, and of those 3 things, one of them, instead of doing it for 3 months, you do it for 6 months. So I'm doing 3 months of a skill, 3 months of volunteering, and 6 months of sport, because I could do sport over lockdown, just like circuit training in my room sort of thing. So I've pretty much finished all of that, except from volunteering. But I think, yeah, I've always wanted to do cooking streams, because for my skill, I'm doing cooking. Like, that's just like, a lot of my things that I've done for my DV are things that I can do over lockdown, just in my own house. And volunteering's been quite hard, because I couldn't find anywhere that would want me in there because of COVID restrictions, but I've realised very late into lockdown that I can just do litter picking and do it on my own, as long as I take a photo of, like, the bin bag next to, like, a bin where it will get picked up by the bin men on, like, some random Wednesday or something. But, I don't actually know when my bins get taken out, to be honest with you. I don't know where I got Wednesday from. It's probably a Tuesday, actually. I don't know. I don't care. But, yeah, I've been working towards that over the last few years, because I signed up for it in year 9, and I still haven't been able to do my expedition yet, which is, yeah, it's 3 months of 2 things, 6 months of 1 thing, and then, for bronze, it's a 2-day and 1 night expedition, and I haven't been able to do that, because, again, COVID, but I've been told that we should be doing that, like the assessed one, end of August, early September, so that'll be something for us to do, at least while I'm alone. But yeah, I've had to make a few sacrifices while I'm moving. Like, for example, if you're not aware, surprise, surprise, I actually do a lot of sport. I go to the gym a lot, and I do ice skating. I'm thinking that if I don't find, like, a cheap membership up near, or like a nearby gym where I live in, I'll have to pack in, go to the gym. Really, I'll probably do some things in my own room, to be fair, because, you know, no excuses if you can do stuff on your own. But as for ice skating, I've found a place up in Newcastle that does ice skating, but it'll take us a canny while to get there, considering how long the lessons are, and I'm not entirely too sure if I can afford it on top of the one other club that I go to plus gym, so I'll probably have to choose between them. If I had to choose, I'd probably do ice skating, and then do gym, quote-unquote, just in my room. Because realistically, you can do a lot of workouts on your own, you know? There really is no excuse at that point. I'm just being lazy, like I always do, to be honest with you, but yeah, travel's gonna be weird. I've also been looking at cars. I know I'm not old enough to drive yet, and I haven't been sent my national insurance number, but I found it. Like, if you're not aware, like, if you were born in, like, a year surrounding, like, the year that I was born in, you get a child trust fund. Only little thing, you don't get, unless you're, like, a massive Tory rich ass, then you get loads in it, but, I found my national insurance number on the account attached to that. So, like, fair enough. That's one way to get it. So, yeah, I need that to apply for a provisional so I can learn how to drive, and then once I can drive, I'm pretty much sorted, because public transport is a little bit sparse in the area that I'm moving to. Admittedly not as bad as some other areas, but like, obviously, it being in Newcastle, obviously there's central, but then there's always the little random cities surrounding it, so if I want to go anywhere, I have to get a bus to central and then just go from there, which isn't too bad, but it just takes a lot of time, and I was doing some calculations last night just for like travel to and from college, to and from clubs sort of things. It amounts to quite a lot if I don't like invest in like rail cards or like bus passes and stuff like that. So that's gonna be something that I'm gonna have to, you know, put aside a little bit of money for. But it'll be worth it in the end, because then I'm saving. But I think I'll have to pack in one or the other. And then if I can't continue with Cornet, then I just, you know, if I don't have the money for it, I don't have the time for it sort of thing, I won't, which will be heartbreaking because I've done it for so long. And, you know, I do a lot of things outside of just my lessons to do with the instrument, and if I don't have the instrument, then how can I participate in those things, which will actually be really upsetting. But, that's conversation for another time. Yeah, with the little club that I'm part of, I went to a band, I don't remember if I mentioned this, but I went to a national band event, like a band camp, about a week long, like somewhere down south, and it was fucking best camp I've been on. I've been on quite a few camps with this like club, but the best camp I've been on, and it's a music camp, right, band camp, and I played the cornet for it, got us, you know, I was asked to perform a thing at the Tower of London for it was like the passing of the Commonwealth Globe, I think it was called. Even though I was part of the concert band, we were asked to do something with the marching band, even though I'm not part of the marching band, which was quite fun, because it was only me and a couple of the people who were asked to do it. But, bloody hell, this is intense. Hello? Fuck off. There we are. But, yeah, I was asked to do something then, and I've been invited to the national camp again this summer, like this August. So I want to be able to have a cornet so I can actually perform there as well, because if I'm on that, I'll be absolutely good, because I've made a lot of friends at that national camp, and I know a lot of them most likely probably won't be cadets by the time of the next camp, because it's all the same people, because all the people who got the place to the Easter one also got places to the summer one, barring some people who can't go, like who have like already dropped out. But then for the one after that, people who haven't gone before will get priority. So, and you know, these are all mates from like down south and like far away, so it's not like I can visit them or anything, and me going further up north really doesn't help. But I want to be able to participate in this camp with an instrument of sorts. If worst comes to worst, I can just apply for percussion section, because to be fair, I can play drums, and then one thing that you'll notice about being a percussionist is when you do drum kit lessons, you'll play literally every other instrument except from the drums. I know my drum teacher recently has been making us play the djembe drum for a performance we're doing. God bless him. But, you know, if I can't do cornet for that, I'll do drums, which, you know, I prefer the cornet for bands, personally, purely because, you know, you get the tune, I like getting the tune, and there's only, like, a few songs that you do in, like, bands like that are actually really percussion heavy, like, good percussion in them. But, yeah. I've had to make a few sacrifices for this, but it absolutely needs to happen. But I'm just, you know, I want to still be able to do stuff like this. This is one of those things that I've invested a lot in now that it would just be absolute waste to just give up. But I won't be in this new place for hugely long, I don't believe, because, you know, it's only a temporary area before I get my own place, which will have Wi-Fi, it just might be a bit shit. You know? But, yeah. Expect to see some YouTube videos, like, every now and then. My YouTube's not hard to find. It's the same username, and I'm pretty sure it's in, like, my About section, or, like, my you know what I mean, the Twitch thing. I don't remember the terms, it's been a while, but I might make a few streams this week, just read, like, not even playing games, just like reading Reddit posts and stuff like that. I like those, actually. Or just like playing shitty little online games. Or well, not online games, but like what's the word? Like website games. I might play some Valorant just off stream as well, just for the last few times before I can't, because I do like that game a lot. I know it's just some random online game, you know, random multiplayer, but I like it, and I'm gonna miss being able to play it. And I've met a few friends through that game that it's gonna be heartbreaking not being able to like play with them anymore, even though I'm still being mates with them. I feel like I'm missing out on a core part that like formed our friendship in the first place, you know? It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be really fucking weird. I suppose there are offline things that I could do just to fill me time with that I could bring you PC for. Yeah, I'm just thinking about how I'm gonna get it up there, really. Of course, boxes, cardboard boxes exist for a reason. I've also realised how little I own other than a PC, because I was packing like clothes and stuff like that I'm bringing with us, and pretty much everything I own fits into like a suitcase and like a backpack. Because I've decided that every bag that I have is going to be filled, because I want to keep that many bags with us, because just for different things, you know, obviously I'm doing Duke of Venom, I'm going to need a big fat bag for that. Then there's like other things that I do within like the organisation that I'm part of that require like varying size of bags. If you've got a massive bag for a small thing, then it's going to be just inconvenient, and vice versa. So I'm going to bring all my bags with us, because bloody damn helpful. But and I do want to do a lot over the summer with my friends, just to keep connections with them, because I know I'm going to get lonely if I don't. And just a little bit sidetrack, but I bought my suit for prom, and like shoes and stuff like that. I bought a burgundy red, like a dark burgundy red tuxedo with like the front bits were like a silk black. So dark red / burgundy tuxedo and trousers, a black shirt, like a black button up, I think, or button up, black button up, and some Jadon Max Doc Martens, right? So big fat chunky Doc Martens that I've been breaking in for I've been trying to break in for the last couple of weeks. But I'm not actually going to my prom, which is weird, right? Because I'd been anticipating prom for quite a while, but I think I kind of realised that well, there's a couple of reasons why I'm not going. First of all, with the organisation I'm part of, some of that what we do is target rifle shooting, right? And that, you know, again, that's one of those things where if you don't do it, then it sounds dodgy, but it's actually like one of the safest things that you can do within this organisation, purely because there's that many like rules and like procedures that are around it, because it can go that horribly wrong. So it's actually a relatively safe like sport for me to do, which I do really enjoy. And there's a really big competition happens down in Bisley in Surrey around about this time of year, which coincides with my prom. And I've decided, and because I've been selected for this competition, I've made it in. I've decided I'd rather go to this competition than prom, because you can only be between the ages of 14 to 18 to enter this competition. I don't expect to get any massive awards from it, but you do still get some pretty decent things just for being selected, because that's a feat in itself, really. But yeah, because this time 2 years from now I'll be 18. I won't be able to. Yeah, because you have to be 18 before the start of the competition. So if you turn 18 on like the first day, then you're fine. But like, I turn 18 months before the start of the competition, so I've only got this year and next year to be able to participate, and then the year after that, I'll just be there for like coaching or like bookmarking, if you know what that is. Like, other than that, so like I've only got 2 more chances, so I'd rather go now and then next year, and then for like the year 13 prom, like attend that one, if I fancy. But yeah, I've got me suit and that for prom, but I'm not using it, so this relates because of what I said earlier, like going out with my mates. I want to plan like just events which are like suit appropriate to go to, just so I get the most use out of it. Like the other day we went to like a ballet thing, actually quite like interesting. It was quite good, but a lot of people were in like, you know, sort of like formal dress sort of thing, including us. We were in like suits and stuff like that, and it was a good event. And I feel like stuff like that actually makes us get the most out of me suit, because it was quite expensive. Especially considering I'm not using it. And I've even paid for prom, but I don't get a refund because I'm not going, but I've already paid for it now. So, like, there's going to be an empty seat there. And I think it's that, and I also kind of realised that like I said, I don't really have a lot of friends in my year. And I was supposed to be going to prom with one of my friends earlier this year. She decided that she actually wanted to go with someone else. She's like, alright, fair enough. You know, you got other mates, that's fair. Like physically go with, as in, like, the car there sort of thing, because they live closer to each other, so it made more sense. So I asked one of my other friends who lives a lot closer to me if they wanted to go. And they didn't really want to at first, but then we got, like, an assembly about it, and that made them want to go. But then I felt like I kind of just made them want to go because I wanted to go with them, sort of thing. So, even though they do want to go now, I still felt bad, you know? So, I suppose they'll be a lot happier just going with their own mates rather than, like, their own mates plus, like, a friend who they find funny every now and then, but, you know, don't really have actual conversations with. But yeah, I feel like I just feel proper out. Again, it's proper personally, you don't need to know this, but I feel like I just feel proper out of place at prom, you know? So I'd rather go to the shooting competition where I know a lot of my friends are going, and even people on my own team actually really close mates with, and it's going to be an absolute fucking class week to just spend with them. A few people who I know who went to the competition in previous years before COVID, and who are now too old to go to it, you know, like already turned 18 sort of thing, have said that it's like one of the best things that I'll do. So, you know, I'll take the word for it, honestly. But I was supposed to be going in 2020 actually, but, you know, obviously you've got like a 4-year-ish gap, like 4 chances to go to this event, because it's either 13 or 14 to 18. I don't know if they've changed it. I think they changed it when I was 13, so I think I technically could have gone for 13 when I was 13, but I didn't qualify. But I did when I was 14. No, I qualified. Right. I turned 14 in 2020, and I qualified for it then, and I was supposed to go in 2020, but then I couldn't because I got cancelled, because I, you know, also got cancelled in 2021, so I couldn't go then. This is the first year that I'll actually be able to do it, and next year will be the last year that I can actually do it. So, but to be fair, it's not as bad as some circumstances as there's people in the year above me who, the first few times where they could have gone, they couldn't because there was still an age restriction at that point, which I think's been lifted now, to be fair. But they couldn't go for those years, and then COVID happened, and now this is their like first and last year to be able to do it. So I feel proper bad for them, because oh god. Yeah, but to be fair, they are really good shots, so I'm confident that they'll get some pretty decent awards, to be perfectly honest. And I know some people who were supposed to go a few years ago who couldn't because of COVID, and this was their last year to qualify and they didn't get in, and I feel proper bad for them. But, it's been hellish. Absolutely hellish. But yeah, I got a bit deep for a second. You just didn't even know that, but I may as well say it, since you probably won't see it for a while. May as well get it out. You know, no one's watching anyways, so what's it gonna do, you know? But that's about it from me, to be honest. I'm gonna miss this. I'm gonna miss this quite a lot. But I'm gonna do whatever I can to make it work when I'm up there, because I'm gonna have a lot of time in the world to do absolutely fuck all. Like, I know in lockdown I tried to learn the guitar, but I'm not bringing my guitar with us. I actually got alright at it, to be honest, but then I didn't play it for a while. So actually this time, I can say that I did get busy, because there was exams. Like, I genuinely didn't just have time for it. But I picked up guitar, got alright at it, could play a few songs, you know how it is. Then, you know, dropped it, and then I can play them-ish now, because it's been a while, but I don't really remember the chords, stuff like that. But I'm not bringing my guitar with us. It's, as much as I'd like to, it is a fucking mass-eye instrument for what it's worth. Like, for example, like the cornet and the drums. The drums, I don't need the kit, I just need to ask me college if I can borrow the rooms, and then I can just bring drumsticks. Cornet is a small trumpet, so it's really convenient. But a guitar is fucking fat. But I've always wanted to learn the bass guitar, actually. I don't know why more bassy instruments, interest us a bit more than, you know, the melody ones, which is ironic, because I've said that I'd rather do cornet than drums in a band, but I think on its own I prefer bassy instruments, like background instruments, like drums, but in bands I prefer having melodies and stuff like that. I don't know, I'm weird like that, but I'm not bringing my guitar with us as much as I like playing it, because I might not. It depends on circumstance when I actually come to moving. Thinking about how much I can fit in my car and how much I'm actually going to use it. Because I don't want to bring anything with us that I'm not going to use. Like, I've had to go through, like, my wardrobe and stuff like that. For, like, realistically, I like this shirt, but when was the last time I wore it, sort of thing. And I know there's a few things that I'm bringing with us for the sole purpose of just selling. Because, you know, you gotta make money somehow. And, you know, I've applied to a few places, but they're not wanting us. But I'll keep applying to some more, because I never got like, if you're not aware, in about like around about the end of year 10 in secondary school, you'll do a week of work experience. I wasn't able to do that, because obviously like the big lockdown happened in year 9 for me. The year after, we were still in sort of restriction, so I couldn't do that. So my CV is looking a little bit dry, admittedly. So that's why I think the Duke of Edinburgh kind of do make up for it. But I want to have hobbies, and I want to be able to work, and I want to still be able to do the things that I enjoy. Because I know I'm going to go absolutely batshit insane if I don't. I'm just repeating the same things over and over, but it's because I've been thinking about them quite a lot. But the moving is necessary. Needs to happen. But I'll keep you updated if I can. Because I feel like it's one of those things that you gravely anticipate, but then once you actually do it, once you get used to it, it kind of just becomes your life. You know? I think it's also the fact that I've got pets here that I'm not allowed to bring with us. It's gonna sound dark, but hamsters don't really have a long lifespan. And I've got technically I've got 2 hamsters. I've got one, but then my other sibling bought a hamster and then realised that they couldn't have it in their flat, so then they left it here, so now I look after 2. But hamsters are only really supposed to last about 2 years. And I bought mine at the start of year 10. So if it's been all of year 10 and then all of year 11, you know, it sounds dark, but they're grown hamsters, they're big hamsters, and they tend to just sleep a lot. So if it's been about over a year and a half, a year and 9 months, and they're supposed to last about 2 years, give or take, then... Although I won't be bring them with me to this place, by the time I get another place, you know. I don't want to say it out loud, but you know what I mean. Like, you know what I'm trying to say. By the time I get my next place, where although I will be able to have pets, you know, I've got a dog as well, and obviously that's a family dog, so I'm definitely not, like, just taxing him. But I'm gonna miss the dog. The dog's great. I like dogs so much. Fuck, man. Oh, God. I'll do whatever I can to make a life for myself up in Newcastle. I'll do everything within my power to be able to live as normal as I can. Yeah, I'm putting a big emphasis on trying to stay in contact with as many of my friends I have as possible. Because I'm gonna miss them a lot, and for the organisation that I go to, it'll take like 2 metros, which if you're not sure what a metro is, it's kind of like it's like a BTEC train, right? They're like shitty little trains, but they're effective, right? They come like around every 10 to 15 minutes to each station, and they'll get you wherever you need to be in like my specific area, the northeast, right? So, where am I going with this? Yeah, for the club that I'm part of, I'd have to get 2 metros too, which isn't bad, right? I don't mind that, but yeah, I think it's just the fact that overall, I'd only actually end up getting home due to like the train times and stuff like that. I'd only actually get home at about 11:30, and I'm not a big fan of walking around alone in the dark, considering when I go out with like my mates now, when I get the bus stop is right opposite my house. Even then, I get scared literally just walking down the street, and from the station to my place will be a little bit more than just a street's worth of walking. So that's gonna be I'm thinking about investing in, do you know one of those like builders like high-vis jackets that you get from like Sports Direct? Thinking about investing in one of those just to like conceal my uniform and sort of thing. But I think another thing with that is, with that club, there's like, I'm calling it a club, it's the best way I can put it without making it obvious. But with that thing, there are other like units for that club around like the UK, and I think what I'm going to do with it is I'll stay with going to that one until the end of the year, but then if it's not sustainable, if it's too much, or walking around that much in the dark or getting that home that late is too much for us, I'm going to have to transfer. And so I can still do that club just with a different area, and that's going to be quite sad actually, because you know, you leave eventually, right? It's you don't stay in that thing forever, but there's people who I joined with, you know, joined the same time as me when we were, you know, 12 sort of thing, who, they're staying there, but I'm leaving. And it's always emotional, right? It's nothing, you can't avoid it, it's gonna happen eventually. It's always like, if you've been in it for as long as I have, it always ends up being like a big emotional thing. But that's gonna be scary, because I don't know if the people at like this new like club unit, I guess, if you want to call it, will be, you know, the same sort of people. Like, I think with the place that I'm in, the people are absolutely fucking lovely. You don't get any, like, there's no one who's actually, I would actually consider that bad there. You know, usually you find, like, fucking chavs all over the UK, and I don't know if the next unit that I'm transferring to will be the same, have the same sort of people, and I'm gonna miss those people quite a lot, because those, like, my close friends, so if I see them most times a week, and then suddenly I just don't, it's gonna get quite scary. Doc, how are you? Hello. I'm just explaining what's happening with me, what's happening with my life, and what I want to happen for the future, sort of thing. I've been streaming for quite a while now. I was only anticipating streaming for about 10 minutes, but I'm just saying whatever comes to mind in case I forget something. But yeah, I'm doing alright. But yeah, I might have to transfer if that's not sustainable, but it should be, to be honest. Like, the metro isn't bad at all. It looks a bit scary, but I think once I get used to it, you know, it'll be alright. I don't want to move, but if I have to, then I will, you know what I mean? But that's just what's been going on. But yeah, just since you've joined now, just to reiterate, the plan is that, well, the thing that's happening is I'm moving house this week, so I'm going to an area which won't have Wi-Fi, therefore I won't be able to stream, and I'm going to an area which there's only so much that I can really bring with us, so I might have to give up a few of my hobbies, like music and stuff like that, but I'm trying to sustain it as best as I can, and because there's no Wi-Fi there, I won't be able to stream, but I'm thinking I'm really going neck deep and trying to make YouTube videos while I'm up there, because you don't need internet to edit and stuff like that, and there are plenty of places which have like free Wi-Fi, and if I really need to, I can use my phone hotspot, which it'll take ages, but it'll get the job done. But I'm gonna go neck deep into YouTube videos, and I'm actually gonna this time, and I've been saying it for ages that I'm gonna, but I'm actually gonna this time, because I won't be able to stream while I'm there, and I have no idea how long I'm going to be at this place. I've been told it's like a minimum of so many months, and a maximum of so many, like a couple years, but I don't anticipate that I'll be there any longer than like a year or so, but obviously I can't really predict that, it's not really my decision, or it just depends on, like, you know, when people get back to us and, like, you know, that sort of thing, UK things, it's hard to explain, but that's just been what's been going on with me, and I'm a little bit nervous, and I've just been talking about my life, like, just catching you up on things that have been happening over the last few months, because I checked Discord actually, I'll go on it now, just to check what what's it called, like the notifications for streams. The last stream that I did was in April, and then the one before that was in March, about a month prior to that. So it's been quite a while since I've been consistently streaming. And I think in my last stream that I made, I was basically saying I haven't streamed for a while and you won't see me for a while, and I was absolutely on the money when saying that. And then the one before that, I was talking about how it was a little bit sad how I planned on making a series, playing the different levels of Joy Creation, and I just never did because I was fucking lazy. And I've just been saying that, like, if I could go back and actually put more time and effort into the things that I enjoy, then maybe, you know. So you're going to be on YouTube? Yeah, I already have a channel, to be fair, and I've been saying for ages that I'll upload on it, but I think now more than ever I really will, because I can't stream. But I've been saying that if I could go back and actually stream more consistently and actually have something to look back on and I did that, and I'm proud of that, and I would. But I am proud of my Discord, as much as it doesn't really get used. I'm proud of the thing that I've made there, you know, for if it does get used more consistently in the future. And I get why it doesn't get used, to be honest. If there's no one streaming, there's no one going to be on it, right? I get that, right? I'm not mad that it doesn't get used, I'm just proud that I've made it, and that's all that really matters to me, to be honest. But, yeah, I won't be able to stream for a while, so I'm adamant that I'm going to make YouTube videos. But that's really it. And I've just been kind of reminiscing over the things that I'll miss when I move, but then highlighting the importance of me moving. It needs to happen. But, yeah. I guess I'm kind of just thinking out loud, really. These are just things that I've had to think about over the last year or so. Think, like, the sacrifice I'm going to have to make, like, the different... Like, not really a culture shock, but, like, the different, things that I'll have to adapt to. You know, different ways of getting around, the different city that I'm going to be in. You know? And I suppose the area that I'm moving into isn't exactly, like, city centre, right? Like, I've always lived in, like, the countryside, you know? not foreign to me, but I think the area that I'm moving into isn't really considered a village. It's more so like a small town, which is going to be a weird move. But I've been there before, and to be honest, it's not really that much different to the area that I'm in now. It's just, you know, it's still a different area, whether I like it or not, but it's not hugely different, so it's not going to be that hard. But I've created a life for myself down here, so it's just a case of whether or not I'll have to transfer my life up there, or if I'm, like, getting transport, like, here to there, here to there, and how sustainable that's really going to be, because of not really how long it's going to take. It won't take that long to get from here to the places I need to be down here, or, like, from there to here sort of thing, but it's more so just the fact that I'll get home quite late, or, like, I'd have to set off quite late, because the actual travel itself isn't that long. It's more so, like, timetables and having to wait for those modes of transport to actually get there. And it's like, what if, like, a bus gets cancelled, or what if a train gets cancelled? Then I'm like, but I'm like halfway through my journey, because I noticed when I was visiting my accommodation on Saturday, actually, that I couldn't get home, like, my home now, because the trains had all been cancelled. And that made us realise, like, fuck, like, what if this happens, but then I've got no other way of getting back to my place? Like, what if, like, a train or a bus gets cancelled? Like, the more modes of transport that I have to take to get there, the more likely it is that one of those might get cancelled, and I'm stuck halfway in between a journey. And there's no way there, no way back, sort of thing. So, it's, yeah, I highly doubt that the metro is going to be cancelled. Realistically, it never does. The metro's generally quite consistent, so I'm not really worried about that. But then, you know, just things like that, really, just life. I'm just rambling. Old people stuff. I'm not even that old. I'm really not. But yeah, just to reiterate, yeah, I really want to actually go next week and making YouTube videos. Yeah, that's pretty much it for me, to be honest. I have nothing else to say. That's it. But yeah, I think I said earlier that I'm just going to stay, like, streaming for, like, so many more minutes just in case if something comes to my mind. I think I said earlier that, so, you haven't been here earlier, so I may as well just say it now. I plan on streaming this week, just to, not really of playing games or anything, just of, like, talking or, like, reading Reddit posts and stuff like that. Just to have those this last week of being able to stream before I leave, because I really won't be able to once I move. But in the place that I move after that, there will be Wi-Fi, so there might be like a 6-month gap or like a 3-year gap in between you ever see me again, if you remember us, which would be nice if you did, to be honest. But I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't. You don't know what I look like. You only hear my voice every now and then. I've got a funny accent. Like, I'm not offended if you don't, honestly. But yeah, it's just how long it'll take between being in my next place and being in the place after for when I can stream. But I'll definitely try and make videos for, like, YouTube. Fuck it, maybe TikTok now. That'd be weird. Be something though. It'd be weird. Doc, what the fuck has happened? When did you get here? Because I don't know how much I need to reiterate. Basically, I'm moving house. Where I'm moving, there's no Wi-Fi, and I've just been rambling for the last hour about other changes that I need to make in my own life, and getting a little bit personal, admittedly. But yeah, I'm moving house where there is. Yeah, I won't be able to. 53 minutes, 54 actually now. Stream delay, I get it. And in 4 seconds, it'll turn into 55. But where I'm moving, there's gonna be no Wi-Fi, so I can't stream. But I'm thinking about trying to properly make YouTube videos so I can actually still make stuff while I'm up there, because I feel like I'll go insane if I don't. You know, that's basically been the long and short of the last hour. Everything in between has just been different changes I have to make when I move, and different things I have to get used to, and just how much different it'll be, and just talking about my own life, things that I've missed, considering I haven't streamed in quite a few months now. Exams happened, if you're wondering, and I think they went quite well, but I haven't got my results yet, so can't really vouch. But I'm proud of the fact that I got affiliated on here. I can take that with us, even though I won't be streaming for a while. I am proud of the fact that I grinded hard enough that I actually did manage to get affiliated. And I got a Discord sorted, albeit not used very often, but again, it's there, and I'm proud that it's there. And, you know, let's play Among Us, fucking hell. And I think my overlay's a little bit outdated now. When was the last time Among Us was funny? I like the Club Penguin shit, because everyone likes Club Penguin, right? It was a game that I liked when I was younger. But, ye god. I have nothing else to say. I've just been rambling for the last hour. I think I've gotten everything out. If I haven't, I'll just go back live again, to be honest. Because who's going to stop us there? You know? But I'm gonna plan on streaming for this next week. Fuck, it's Penguin. It's Club Penguin. It's like it was a game that it was like a website, like an online, like a website type game, like a web browser game that closed down in 2016. It was basically the bane of my childhood. I loved it. But yeah, I move this Saturday, so I'm gonna try and stream as much as I can until Saturday, and then after that, you might see us on YouTube or like TikTok or like Instagram, stuff like that. Other than I may as well. Hang on, I've got a. Does that still work? Yeah, I'm gonna try and upload on every other social media that I have just to stay like here, just so you know that I'm not like dead and shit. But yeah, that's everything else I have to say. I appreciate everyone who's been here, by the way. You know, some of you's only been here for a couple of months, some of you's been here since like pretty much the start. You know, I've had a couple of people donate, had a couple of people subscribe, and I appreciate the ever-loving shit out of you, honestly. It's been great. I've absolutely loved this last like year or so that I've been streaming. I've been streaming for over a year now, actually, because I realised while I was away during the Easter, at like the band camp that I was talking about earlier, I realised that my like 1 year anniversary of streaming happened while I was away, and I was a little bit upset about that because I wanted to stream for it, but then I just never ended up doing it. So I've been streaming for like a year and a bit, like a year and 3 months now, I think, or like a year and 2 months sort of thing. I fucking loved it, honestly, and I'm really upset that I'm gonna have to give it up for a little while, but even though I don't really stream that consistently, I do absolutely adore what I do here. So that's why I'm gonna try and do as much as I can with YouTube and just like TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. I'm okay updating my Twitter, to be fair, because it is so easy to just like say random shit whatever I want. And then I do like updating my Instagram. It's just fun. I just take photos of things on my travels. Yeah. So if you want to get that, !socials. I've got a Beacons link, which is like if you're not sure what Beacons is, it's just a link that shows you links to every other social media I have, and it'll show you the VODs channel for this. And then, what was I saying? Yeah, it'll show me my TikTok, my Twitter, you know, that sort of thing, so you can actually like see what I'm doing outside of Twitch, even though Twitch is like my main thing. To be honest with you, in the beginning, Twitch wasn't supposed to be our main thing. It was supposed to be, I never noticed I follow you in 2021. Yeah, because that's when I started streaming, so the bulk of my streaming career, well, quote-unquote career, was 2021. But, what was I saying? Yeah, a lot of you have been here for quite a while, and I appreciate it like mad. I love it. But, I was saying something, and then it's just lost my mind. Yeah, the idea was, I wanted to start YouTube, but then, I couldn't find, like, a good filming software. My research just wasn't there. So, yeah, a year and a month and 3 days. A lot of you have been here since, like, pretty much the fucking start. And I couldn't find it, like, I wasn't very good at, like, research and stuff like that, so I couldn't really find editing software, and I thought, in theory, if I do streaming, I don't need to edit, it just happens, and then I upload it on, like, a VODs channel. And that's why I started streaming, and it's just been the thing that I've been able to stay the most consistent way, about as consistent as I can be with it. But I've loved it, and I want to get more into YouTube, because I've been saying that I want to for ages, and I've never gotten around to, but I really, really want to. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. It's been fun. I've liked this. But I want to stream. What I'll leave you with is I want to stream for this next. So you missed your anniversary stream. Yeah, to be fair, I was away at that time, so not that time actually wasn't my fault. But then I could have just done a late one. I just never did. So, ugh. Yeah. I'll try and stream as much as I can this week. But then if I just stop, then expect to not see me for a while on Twitch. But you'll see us on TikTok, on Twitter, on Instagram, on what else do I have? On YouTube eventually. I actually have like Word documents, you know, I've got Word here, I've got documents with like scripts, like, or like notes and stuff, and like stuff, and scripts for videos that I want to make. Like video essays I've been quite interested in, and then like ideas for like commentaries, or like subreddits are quite popular, like subreddits I want to go through sort of thing. I want to do those, because I will be able to do those, because I don't have to stream them. You know, I could stream if I wanted to, but don't have to. But final thought is just, I have loved streaming, and I'm gonna miss it like mad, but this won't be the last time you see me. I'm not gone forever, man, like, you know? You have entire, yeah, it's like for commentary videos, like video essays sort of things. You can't really say that sort of stuff off the top of your head, so you kind of have to script it a little bit. But then I've also got other videos that I want to make where I don't really want to script it, but like I've got notes for like points that I want to make during the video sort of thing, which have been in the plan for ages. I just have never gotten around to actually doing it, which I really should, because that's just laziness on my front, honestly. Because I'm gonna have a lot of time to just do fuck all this summer once I get like benefits and like me actual like life stuff sorted, honestly. But yeah, just to finish off, I have loved streaming and I'm gonna miss it, and I'm hoping that you'll still be here for when I come back eventually. You know, I hope you all take care. Honestly, it's gonna be stressful for me. It's gonna be, you know, doesn't mean a whole lot to you that I'm leaving, but it's definitely big steps in my life that are happening, and I want to keep my life as consistent as I can, as I always have, just for the sake of familiarity. But this has been fun. I'm gonna try and stream this week, but if you don't see us, then you know why. I hope you all have a good day. I'm gonna go have some water, have a shower, and yeah, bye, I guess. Have fun. Again, exclamation socials. You'll find everything that I need, and then that's it from me, honestly.